Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Mike. This is your co-host, John. Welcome into the show. Guys, welcome Dante. You know, we're going to have him on every single week.
Yo.
So, we're going to be running down this episode today. It's going to be pretty action-packed. We got a lot of things to cover. We've got a lot of different, mindsets to kind of corroborate this whole section or video, whatever you want to call it. We got a lot of people.
State of events, current events.
There you go. We got a lot of stuff we got to talk about, man.
Yeah.
So first off, Dante, how you doing, man? Before we dive
I'm
into all
doing
that,
good.
how you doing, brother?
Absolutely no complaints. I can never say I'm not doing good. We're alive. We're here.
Yeah, man.
Yes, in this moment.
I like to hear that though, because I feel like a lot of people feel like they're just like a robot going through life,
Going through the motions.
Yeah, just going through the motion. I feel like you can get locked in that. You know what I'm saying? That mindset of
Sure.
I just woke up. It's Monday. I'm tired. I don't want to do anything.
Tuesday, do it
Tuesday
again.
now,
Wednesday, do it again. Thursday, do it
Yeah.
again. Friday, it was happy Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we're going back again.
Exactly. And, ever since we had you on, man, you've always been like, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm alive. And, I think that really resonates with some people, a lot of people, actually.
I hope so. I mean, it's honestly the truth. I think just being truthful about those kinds of things, will help other people. And it also, it's reassuring to myself, because it's you asked me that and it's the truth. It's I'm very happy. And also it's with what you said about Monday, Tuesday, it's just one piece of advice that has helped me a lot is just finding one thing out of your day that is out of your routine. That makes you think a little differently, takes you out of feeling like it's a Monday, feeling like it's a Tuesday, because I think once you wake up every day and you're no longer feeling like it's a certain day, where you already have a preconceived notion of, oh, this is a Monday. Once you lose that feeling and you're just waking up every day and it's just oh, it's a new day. It's a new day.
Yeah.
Things get a lot better in terms of just being on you're so regimented with the schedule, really can affect. I think that's what kills that feeling of, oh, wow, I'm just glad to be here.
Exactly. I 100% agree, man. 100%. I mean, when I was really in the 9 to 5 lifestyle, and which is not bad, I'm not saying that it's bad or anything, but the 9 to 5 lifestyle, it's my boss is a dickhead, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like doing this, it's Monday, so I already know everything's gonna go wrong, and you're just constantly manifesting that. And I feel like we need to change our mindset around that, but not only that, about how we perceive our life, how we want it to be. We are the masters of our reality in a sense.
Agreed.
I know we're not a philosophical channel, but you can't be in the crypto without having that mindset.
We're all humans, right? This is a human experience we're going through, and crypto is, like I was telling these guys right before we got on air, crypto is, what's so great about crypto is it's not only a movement to or a path towards generational wealth and changing your life in a financial sense, but it's also really, when you look at the whole picture of crypto, it's changing the way we interact as individuals. And when you can really go down the rabbit hole and talk about how contracts have played a role in human existence and what that means. And now that we have smart contracts, autonomous code that is no longer having humans decide for us whether this is a viable option or if this actually happened, blah blah blah, but it's all happening with computers and code, so that we don't have to worry about the trust aspect of things. We don't have to worry about the middleman, all these things. That really does, when you go deep down, contracts, trust, that is a part of everything we do as humans. So really, if crypto is going to be what it's going to be, it changes everything we do as humans. So that's why it's to me, it's man, that's why we're here right now, right? Because it's far more than just oh, we're going to be rich, because we're already rich. Rich happens in the mind, not in the bank account, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because if you listen to any philosopher, anybody who tells you the self-help, self-talk or anything like that, they always tell you have to believe it before you actually achieve it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so let's dive into the market cap of the entire crypto space. See where we're headed today. See where we're at. The entire crypto market sitting at 2.61 trillion, down about 0.5% on a day. So technically not too bad. We're still doing pretty good.
Still near all-time highs.
Bitcoin, as John likes to call it, Bitcoin is doing pretty good, man. I mean, it's consolidating at 62,000. It hasn't dipped underneath.
The Ben Gay's wearing off. She needs to put a little bit more so she can
Well,
getting tired.
I'm glad to see it at 62 rather than 60 because, Dante, did you hear about the FUD around the how Bitcoin dipped on Binance US and all that?
Brief me on it. The
Okay,
answer's
so
no.
what happened was a couple of days ago, Binance US, they were trying to execute something, a sell or something, and it was like a fat finger event, which basically was someone tried to sell a certain amount of shares, but they ended up adding more zeros than they wanted to. So it caused the price to tank. So on Binance US, it went from 62,000 all the way down to like 8,200.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For a blip. It was like
it was like a
That's actually crazy.
microsecond
So a lot of
almost.
people lost money and stuff.
Oh
So
my
a lot of
gosh,
people
that's
got
actually
liquidated, right? Because they
Yeah.
were trading on margins. And it wasn't just Binance US. It was Kraken. It was
Some other
a
stuff.
couple of other ones as well, but they didn't go as low as Binance US did.
Kraken went down to 54K.
Are they trying
Yeah.
to say that was a mistake? Because I feel like that
It was a, what was
intentional.
the thing called?
It was called a fat finger.
Fat finger. Someone entered it the
event.
wrong number.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
that's market makers liquidating people
Yeah.
right before another big push.
I think so
they
too.
did something wrong.
I
with
think it
the-
was like
But,
some
who knows?
manipulation type, but I mean, we can go on that. We can go down that rabbit
that's
hole
another
later.
story right there.
But yeah, so it was pretty interesting, but it did cause. And that was on a Friday, because me and John did an episode, and we were like, we're gonna see what Bitcoin's gonna do. John's like, bro, I think it's gonna bounce back over the weekend, and then we had the ETF news coming out and all of that, and lo and behold, on Monday it did bounce back. So I'm glad to see Bitcoin at 62,000 rather than 60, because it has some support. So
The third
I'm happy.
ETF dropped today too.
Oh, it did.
From Van Eck. Yeah, the third one. There's already
Nice.
3 ETFs.
Nice.
So
No.
just give it time. Give it this week. It'll probably pass all-time high again by the end of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Well, one of those that ETF, that third ETF settles in, and apparently it's cheaper. That's what I read. It's cheaper to purchase for some reason. It says it's all futures though. It's all
It's
investing
just
on
all
the potential.
it's
of
all
Bitcoin.
just playing out how exactly we expected. And
Now they're
Exactly.
it's
all these
interesting.
all these rich people are being bullish on it. Oh, it's gonna hit 90. It's gonna hit 90K. It's gonna hit 90K soon. Like that's
I think
what
it's
they're
so
completely
interesting
saying.
though. Like you look at the news that's coming out now, when
Right.
Bitcoin is at all-time highs, the amount of bullish news from just like big news places and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you're like observing all of this happen rather than feeling tied to all of the things that are happening, you realize like, whoa, like this stuff is really like
Happening.
manipulated. It's
Yeah.
really easy to tell when you kind
Yeah.
of just like realize that all of a sudden all this really good news comes out right before potentially a crash or
Mhm.
all this bad news comes out right before
A
it
pump.
moons. It's like
Yep.
this is not a mistake. There's no coincidences there in my opinion.
Yeah, it's I feel like with crypto, man, you have to understand emotion. Understand what people are going to do, where the settlement of the market is. If you
100%.
see Bitcoin at 60K, where you're going to be like, well, people are going to start freaking out. They're going to start, pulling their money out and putting it into alts. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand where people are going to be able to ride the wave up, in my honest opinion.
The cycle is playing out how it did in years past. There's the NFT wave comes before the Bitcoin pump, I feel like, because that's a new catalyst that wasn't here 2017. Yeah, I read a tweet even back in 2017, 2018, DeFi wasn't even fully
No,
ready
it
yet.
I
was
think
not.
DeFi came in what, 2018?
19. It was 2018.
18,
yeah.
18
Okay.
into 19 was
Yeah.
DeFi.
Yep.
There was no that wasn't a part of
Yeah.
the equation. NFTs weren't part of the equation. All the media conglomerates, all the athletes, all the musicians, actors, billionaires, corporations, companies like MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, Square, Twitter, Elon Musk, none of that was there. And then this cycle is starting to play out where Bitcoin goes this pump. And then now where we at now? We got to wait for Ethereum. And then right now it's meme
coins.
Yeah.
Meme coins are getting. Remember, we said I think meme coins are gonna have one last push. We said
Yeah,
like
we
a
said
month
that
ago.
a while ago.
It's going to.
They're gonna have their
inevitably.
final run. They're gonna have their final
For sure.
hurrah. And then after the
Inevitably.
meme coin pump is either gonna be NFT waves is gonna come back, or the alts are gonna start pumping, or they're gonna do it at the same time. And I think that's gonna lead Ethereum's gonna lead that charge.
I think Ethereum's going to lead the charge
Yeah.
for the alts.
Yeah.
and then NFTs are gonna come right after or right before or at the same time.
I think relatively the same time, in my opinion, because with Ethereum pumping, that's going to allow, majority of NFTs are on Ethereum.
2.0, when 2.0 is finally like when they have like a date where they announce the projected time frame of when 2.0 is about to launch, I think that's when you're gonna start Ethereum start. What is it? When they say that when they passes Bitcoin, what is it called? I forgot.
Oh, they're gonna flip the market
Flip.
cap.
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what Ethereum is gonna do. It's flipping. The flippening, what they call it. When Ethereum is all of a sudden hits a trillion, and then
Yeah.
you see it at 8,000, 9,000, and everyone's like, whoa. And then that's when you start seeing the, and that could pay. The NFTs that are built on Ethereum could play into that.
Right.
Gas fees should be much more affordable.
Damn, because they're high.
You know
as
what I mean?
hell,
All
dude.
this,
I ain't gonna lie.
everything is
Nah,
it's just
yeah,
gonna be
I
like a
think-
domino effect.
God darn
And
it.
that's not even accounting if the lawsuit with Ripple, which is supposed to be January 2012, January 22nd, around that time frame,
Something.
when they go to trial.
Yeah.
We don't know what could happen. That's a lot of things that could happen where it's just boom, one after the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see, Ethereum sitting at 4,200. It's a jump and a skip from all-time high. So, definitely just waiting for that. Cardano was sitting at $2.15 yesterday, $2.17 today. Hasn't really done much.
Not doing much, man.
We broke down Solana yesterday on why we believe that it was kind of blowing up. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely do so. It had to do something with the DeFi space, in my general opinion.
Yeah, we broke that.
We broke that down yesterday. And then we talked about it, with flipping XRP, which was pretty interesting. But
$10 billion.
by 10 billion.
That was like in a week, right?
Yeah.
That's what Dante, what do you think about how $10 billion can be injected to any given crypto at any given time within a week and change the
think
trajectory of that
that's-
crypto? Imagine that happening to
think-
QUANT or something.
I mean, it
did, but
for me, it's gonna happen to the layer ones.
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
that's why
I agree 100%.
That's why I think we're probably a little conservative, or at least in my head, I'm probably a little conservative with how much things are going to go up
Right.
and how fast.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what is kind of scary, is like things are going to go up very fast, and that is going to happen. I think Avalanche, Cardano, once any fully working NFT platforms or dexes, especially with Terra as well. Obviously, I'm always talking about Terra. They have 160 projects launching. Like that shit, like that is gonna make the price explode.
Is that
Like,
even
it's gonna
including
explode.
DeFi?
It's everything. The
Oh, okay.
ecosystem for. Are you talking about Luna specifically?
Yeah, Luna specific.
Yeah, it's everything. It's so many different things that are launching. Let me see if I can find a picture just to.
That's just so
and I'll send
crazy.
you the
Just
link. But it's crazy.
billions of dollars in a week. Matter of
Yeah.
days, really. But if we be conservative here, a week you can get $10 billion just pumped into it, and then now you just like.
I mean,
Just think about these low cap ones. You know what I mean? Like you said, the layer ones, but look at Avalanche at 15 billion, 10 billions
Avalanche
makes
is a
it
layer
20, yeah, 10 billions being pumped into it makes it 25 billion. That thing's already going to crack the top, basically right outside the top 10.
Yep.
Right outside the top 10.
I mean, look at Polkadot though. It's right on the heels of XRP. Polkadot
Yeah.
could potentially be the next one to
Yeah.
jump XRP.
But that's,
Yeah.
but I don't want to make this an XRP rated, but then think about when the lawsuit answered XRP, how many billions of dollars goes to the XRP.
I get it,
XRP
I get
reclaims
it.
its spot.
But as it stands right now, if Polkadot, the parachain auctions continue to
Yeah.
go well, I can see Polkadot going above XRP.
I mean, if Polkadot hits, what is that? If it doubles its market cap, it would be $100 basically.
pretty much.
You just round it
But
up.
I think Polkadot at $60 would double, would surpass
10
XRP.
more billion. Yeah, no, that's literally 10 more billion.
Yeah.
And that can happen within a week, just like Solana did.
Yep. I agree. 100% I agree.
And then now you got the top 5 is pretty much all layer 1 ecosystems. You got, take out Bitcoin, but you got Ethereum, take out the stable coins too. You got Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, and Polkadot.
That's why I'm bullish on Cardano, because I think, like someone commented this on my video for Cardano when I made it. They said there's a reason why like a certain number of the top 15 are all layer 1 protocols.
Yeah,
There's a reason
really
why.
look at it.
And I was like,
Cosmos,
man's got a point. Man
That's
has got a
crazy.
point. I didn't even think about it.
Algorand.
But yeah, like undervalued L1s as well as like all of the layer 1 protocols in general. I think they're gonna really, really, kind of be like, it's only for the like say this bull run only lasts the next 3 months.
Right.
It's gonna have insane amounts of gains if they have anything launching in the next 3 months.
Exactly.
With less
Exactly.
gas fees than Ethereum, you like that is just going to
feel like-
explode.
Every other layer 1 has less gas fees. I mean, Luna's gas fees are abysmal.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
It's crazy.
are you guys bullish on Ethereum 2.0 at all, or do you guys not? Do you think that that's what's going to take it to
I think
the
I'm bullish on
$1 trillion
Ethereum
club,
as
right?
store of value. store
Right.
value to me, Ethereum will be. I'm thinking way after this bull run, but I just think it's going to be the second store of value from the first generation of cryptos.
Do
Bitcoin,
you-
Ethereum.
Do you think people will still be using it to do everything they're doing now, like building other layers on it,
don't-
layer 2, layer 3 solutions, and then NFTs? Like people still be using it,
I think so. Because for
or
what
are they
you,
gonna be replaced?
for as it stands right now, Ethereum has the most dApps or smart contracts on it right
This was
now.
the first one.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people won't ever stop using it. It's just people don't want to use it now because it's unaffordable for the average investor. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, Binance had a little run.
I think
If you buy VXV on Uniswap, right?
yeah,
You're gonna pay 112 maybe.
too much.
no, yeah,
It's not worth
50,
it.
60 bucks.
It's just
100
not.
bucks.
It's simply just not worth it in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I'm saying? But Ethereum 2.0, what if they got like Polygon freaking
That's what I'm
gas
saying.
fees?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll be like, okay, people are gonna buy into Ethereum and hold it and store it. Lovely, but then it's like, dang, what if you could play on Ethereum? There's so much you can do on Ethereum.
I feel like you use
It's
Ethereum.
crazy.
I think you hold Ethereum for price appreciation and you hold Bitcoin for wealth preservation.
Yeah,
Is
store of value.
my store of value. That's what I personally believe. Doesn't mean that it's true or right. That's just what I think. If I want to hold my money into something that I feel secure or safe at, because of Bitcoin, once it's all said and done, that's it. There is no more Bitcoins to have in circulation, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
that store of value there is quote unquote safe. But if I want some price appreciation while still being safe, quote unquote,
Just
I
put
would
in-
go in Ethereum.
If I wanted some
Yeah.
price appreciation,
I think
now,
that's exactly what everyone's thinking. It's store of value to me eventually. It's not going to be. I think just because it was first, it's pretty obvious that as soon as something comes out that has a better
Yeah.
platform to be built on, I really do think that Ethereum will just be one of the others.
it's like a Mount Rushmore. It'll
But
be
it
on the
won't
Mount
be-
Rushmore.
It won't be everyone's go-to because like even with I keep going back to Cardano because Cardano opened my eyes to the fact that proof of work is scalable, and the people who are working on Cardano are just an example of so many other people that will come out and have better products that are ready to go.
Right.
So Ethereum's kind of I don't know. I think it's just a little too far behind right now to say that it's absolutely going to be the number one layer one.
I mean, I feel like it won't be the number. Okay, let me retract that. It will be the number one layer one just because it was first, but you can't hide the fact that Terra is doing something that a lot of people haven't done yet, and that's with their fully decentralized stablecoin.
Right.
You know what that's like first of its kind, bro. So, until Ethereum kind of gets that under its belt,
And that's going to be a
Terra
while.
might blow
the
up.
thing is,
you
it's
know
going
what
to be a
I'm saying?
while.
It's going to be a while. It's going to be kind of interesting. Now, we want to touch on some news articles. We're not going to deep dive into them, but we do have to, we want to
Little
bring you guys
opinions, little opinions.
give you guys some information on where the crypto space is, what they're doing, what the big boys are doing nonetheless.
Yeah, this is more bullish news.
So Tesla, as you guys know, Elon Musk has basically said he didn't want to accept Bitcoin because it wasn't green. It basically was an oxymoron to his whole plan. I mean, he made electric cars to better the world, and then he accepts Bitcoin, which technically wasn't good for the world right now.
It goes against what his vision is in regards
Yeah.
of clean energy, etc.
But now
mission.
he's hinting to maybe he might resume support for it.
Tesla believes cryptocurrencies could emerge as liquid alternative to cash over the longer term, which is interesting. I saw someone tweet saying he packed his bags, now he's ready to go because
No,
he gained.
Ah.
Tesla hit $1
Distracted
trillion
everybody.
market cap. Yeah, it hit
he distracted everybody with the Doge stuff. I believe it.
Yep. It hit $1
He's
trillion.
too smart of a
market
man
cap.
to know.
Yep. He understands.
Yeah.
And Hertz saved them. Hertz bought 100,000 Model 3s for their business to lend out their car. They rent their
Yeah,
cars
because
out.
they couldn't get any cars anywhere
that
else.
brought Tesla to $1 trillion market cap. Right,
That's
it's
crazy.
worth what Bitcoin's worth, and Bitcoin's price going up on top of that. And then they basically said, "It's like, yeah, he packed his bag, he's good to go."
No,
I mean, he
agree.
wasn't. Technically, he wasn't actually profitable until he invested in
Yep.
Bitcoin.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, he somewhere even saying that he
He's a
might be a $1
genius.
trillion Dogecoin holder. Potentially could be. You never know. We broke the news that
Right here.
we broke the news that she plummeted 20% when he said he didn't own any, which is pretty interesting. I was kind of laughing at that, but
He's saying that he'd rather have revert his earnings and profits and everything into crypto instead of cash, which is a bullish sign for digital
that's
currency.
huge.
Yep.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be huge.
And a lot of big corporations are monkey see, monkey do. They see,
of course,
a lot of them. They see someone doing it successfully, they copy him.
That's what they do. I mean, why not? If you
and
see,
he's the smartest man on the planet right now, isn't he? Or considered him and
him and
I don't know about Bezos. Bezos is the richest, but Elon Musk is considered one of the smartest men on the planet, right?
You got him, and you got to include Bezos. I feel like
As smartest.
Yeah, I think
I thought Mark Zuckerberg is up there.
Elon Musk,
yeah.
I feel like relates more to is less of a villain than Bezos or Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
true.
Especially people in Gen Z and I want to say younger, they idolize Elon versus Bezos. Nobody idolizes Bezos the way they do Elon. Or Elon's just
Elon's
like
for the people. He goes on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's that cool uncle kind of guy. Like he has sick cars and he is not afraid to say kind of like controversial things. Sorry about that.
He made a car affordable for wealthy people. He made a car affordable for working class people.
Yeah.
You know, he made, and he was like, the fact when he went on Joe Rogan and smoked weed,
he's the man to me. He's the man. I
Yeah.
didn't appreciate what he did with Doge, but you know, like at the same time, it's it's such an amplification of the truth of our kind of society. It's that, like, think about it, nobody's doing their due diligence. Nobody's actually reading between the lines with what he's saying, because clearly Doge it doesn't have any intrinsic value other than the one that people are giving to it based on Elon.
Right. Exactly.
Other than that, there's nothing to it.
Yep. So with all of these,
I agree.
It's interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man.
We'll see how this plays out in the future when he does accept it too.
Exactly. I mean, once
Bitcoin's gonna go.
once he does accept it, it's gonna blow up even more. So I think, personally, I mean, it did it before. You know what I'm saying? When he said that he accepted Bitcoin, what did it do? It went on a run.
It doubled. It doubled. It went from 30,000 or something to 60, like that.
Doubled fast.
It feels like everything's repeating to me. Like this is exactly where we were in January, where Bitcoin had just hit all-time highs and it was consolidating at 30K or just under 30K or something like that. And everybody was like, wow, this is the end. Yeah. This is the end. This is the end. And all of a sudden, Elon Musk buys Bitcoin. Boom.
Yep.
And it's like, it's about to happen all over again.
Yeah. The only thing I think will be different this time is a lot more eyes are on it. So I feel like the tanking portion is not going to be so bad.
We mentioned in one of the shows before, since January to today, the crypto users, whatever, has doubled. It went from like 150 million to 320 million.
The FOMO will be insane.
Like the amount of people in crypto
because it's double the amount of FOMO from the first time that this happened. Because everyone who didn't get in when it went from 30 to 60 the first time and didn't get in when it went from 30 to 60 again. Yeah. As soon as it hits 70, that's when there's going to be this huge crowd of people who are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not missing it this time. It's really not going down."
Yeah.
And
70 to 140.
That's when everything goes down. Like that's what I'm envisioning, honestly.
You think we'll pass six figures before you move on?
And it's playing out so perfectly too, which is kind of scary.
Do you think Bitcoin passes 6 figures before the year's over? It's 100,000.
It's really, the thing is, it's so 100K for Bitcoin when it's sitting at 65K is not a lot. It does not take a lot for it to go that high. So example, if we believe that market makers or the people who have the liquidity are manipulating the market, it's fairly, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not as hard as you would think for Bitcoin to go from 65 to 100K. Yeah. It's really about what happens when it goes to 100K or 150K. Does it keep going or like what happens when that, like, cause there's going to be a lot of people who, when it hits 150K, there'll be a lot of people who can cash out right then and there and they've changed their lives forever. Yes. But then there's a lot of people who will still be saying, guys, don't sell, like blah, blah, blah. Like
it's going to go to a million. It's going to go to 500.
And it might. Yeah. And it might. And if it does, then I'll have like a moon bag of the same cryptos that I had, but I don't know.
I feel like
it's scary,
I feel
man.
like that's one of the problems, though, man. Like I am a hodler. I believe in crypto long term, but now more so than ever, I feel like taking profits is imperative. Like you have to do it, and I just personally, I think taking profits is one of those journeys that you have to go on, especially if you've been in crypto for, since 2017 maybe, or, beginning of the year, this year.
It's just what you do with those profits that
It's just what you do with those profits that matter.
That
You know what I'm
counts.
saying?
You could take $50,000 and then go buy something for 30,000 and then you just lost. Like if you go and take that 50K and you multiply it to 100K, then 100K to 200, and 200 to 400, 400 to 800, and then to a million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what you do. It's what you do with the profit that you take that counts.
Exactly.
Sure, you can profit and pull out $100,000, 8,000, 30,000, 10,000 even. What do you do with that? That's what really matters.
Exactly. I 100% agree. Now, this next article is about the SEC, man. Basically, they're expected to head to U.S. stablecoin regulation and enforcement. They're the ones who are going to be in control with it. They talk to the CFTC, they talk to everybody else, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, go ahead, SEC. you got full steam ahead. We're with you."
This is so.
It kind of sucks because I feel like they don't really understand what's going on with stable coins. But
apparently Gary Gensler does. That's why they hired him. I mean, he was teaching crypto in 1997, but he's like a puppet though.
But now he does.
He's a puppet.
I actually watched
his
whole MIT course on blockchain.
Yeah.
Blockchain and money. I think I recommended it in a bunch of videos, but I went through the whole thing. It's pretty good. He's
like going against everything that he was reportedly used to say and do back in 2015 up to 2018.
He doesn't have a choice.
And right here, he asked in Congress, he says, "Hey, we want to know what powers we have. What powers do we have in regards of regulating the stable coins and any crypto?" And then I guess right now they're giving him, "Hey, go ahead and handle stable coins."
I think they're really worried about the crime, like big boy crime. Like the thing is,
like what, tax evasion?
Like I think they're worried about governments and big boy like criminal I guess like organizations like funneling money through crypto and stable coins, or just like inflating the amount of either tether or stable coin. I think that's what they're worried about the most, honestly. In my opinion, that is what is the most worrying thing about stable coins, is how, like, of course there's always the narrative of, oh, this is used for crime. Money is used for crime too. It doesn't make a difference. Like fiat, like it doesn't make a difference. It's just the avenue in which the crime is occurring.
People use cash as for
exactly.
Not
so
crypto.
That was the whole narrative. I felt like in the beginning on why me and John personally never got involved in it, because the narrative was so negative. Like,
the black market. It was the black web. What is it? The dark web or whatever.
The dark web, I think it is.
Silk Road.
Yeah. It's
because that's where Bitcoin got popular.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where I don't know where stablecoins are going to go, to be honest with you. I don't know. With their hands on it, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
But to me, it's like, what do they do with the staking and yielding? Because you can technically make money off holding stablecoins.
They can't do anything about it. The thing is, what eventually will be, what will eventually be the realization is that the U.S. is no longer going to be determining what happens for the rest of the world. In the sense that crypto is not going to slow down in basically every other country that realizes the potential of it
and what the freedom that they can get from it.
And so people are literally just going to either move or have backroads into using the systems that
other countries
are allowing for stable coins and all of these things that the US are going to regulate to be, to function. So it's the example I think we talked about it last week too. It's like, in China, as soon as they banned all these centralized exchanges, the influx of money into decentralized exchanges just skyrocketed. So the thing is, like, it can't be stopped. It's just like trying to stop the internet way back when. You can try, you can slow it down, which is what the US did. But eventually, what did the US do? Now, where are the
fully
biggest,
embraced it now.
Where are the biggest internet companies created? Where are those entrepreneurs from? They're all from the US. So is history going to repeat? There's a good chance, like it does.
I think they're trying to get ahead of it.
But I think crypto is like, it's because we have the internet, crypto is going to just spread so much faster than when the internet
and the people,
me personally,
weave through the bull stuff
with stable coins. You know how, like, if you go on like a Celsius or BlockFi or any centralized exchange, you could probably get somewhere in the neighborhood between like 4% to 8%, maybe in some
Coinbase
areas
was gonna drop
10%.
Coinbase was gonna do that with their stable coins.
Yeah, but once
SEC
regulation
nope.
happens, though, do you guys still think that we're gonna get those crazy,
I don't know.
APYs?
No.
I don't think
Not
so.
not
I
on
don't think
US
so.
regulated, not on US regulated exchanges. I
That's
think
what I'm
it's
saying.
how can they do that? They're just this
They're
is
gonna
the thing
kill
until
the bank system.
yeah, until the banks have their own crypto financial instruments that are public and fully out there, they can't let that happen. Think about it. Obviously, I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
a
thinking about it
conflict of
means
interest.
that like if they're only offering 0.01 on the same amount of money that if you just put in a stable coin you earn 20% on, they're screwed. That totally changes the dynamic of everything that in society, at least as long as enough people know about it. But the thing is, like, the people who want that will still be able to do that regardless of what the US decides, because there is things like Luna that are so far ahead of what the US, honestly, I don't even think the US government is tracking on.
Exactly.
And I
They don't
could be
even know
so
what it
wrong.
is.
Not
They
yet.
don't even know how.
You know, I gotta be careful. I'll have people like tracking me.
What's crazy is that, especially in where the US is that every 4 years there's a new election. There's a potential for a new administration. So one administration can be very bullish on crypto and love it, and then all of a sudden the next administration come in and say, I don't like crypto, and then enforce in crazy dramatic laws and ramifications on it. That's what happens. That's what happens. It can change it could literally flip flop every few years, which is interesting. I'm also gonna pay attention to, because other countries that have a singular person, whatever they say, it's pretty much what they say. Like China's banning crypto. It's in 4 years. There's not gonna be an election that says, "Oh, we're gonna unban it." It depends on if that person or that administration wants to at some point in time. Russia, and which is crazy to think about. Like those places might have an opportunity to leapfrog us, because we're gonna keep bickering back and forth like we are now this whole time.
We have too much red tape.
Yeah,
That's
there's
the
too much
problem.
bickering, and then they're over there. I'm not even. It's just crazy to sit back and watch and go, wow, are these countries gonna leapfrog? And look at the UK. The UK is just going full go in crypto.
Exactly. The thing is, to me, is like, as soon as what needs to happen is, whether it be major institutions in the US or the government, once they find their lane in which they're able to make a lot of money, because crypto is going to make people so much money. It already has, and it's going to make
media.
So many people unbelievably rich that they don't know what to do with all of the money they have. As soon as the US government and the banks figure out what their unique lane is in which they can profit off of this, it's like they're not going to stop it from happening. They just want to be able to get as much out of it as they possibly can.
They want to be able to tax it.
Yeah, of course.
They want to be able to tax it.
That's why it's
there's
crazy.
So many examples
We're so
of that kind of
early.
stuff.
Yeah,
so early,
exactly. Now on some other news, man, real quick with this one. Stellar partnered to tap USDC for remittance between Europe and Africa. So a lot of the Europe and African countries are using USDC, but Stellar is going to be
powers it.
Is what's going to power it. So I mean,
it's bullish for Stellar.
I think that's cool. We know that it's either going to be XRP, XLM, XDC, Electroneum, QUANT that are going to be railways for these potential stable coins for these other countries and things like that. So
that's what's interesting about those certain type of cryptos. You won't even know that they're being used unless you do research. They're just going to be used, and the USDC is going to be the cover. So like Europe and Africa, when they send money, it's being sent as USDC, but how is it being sent? Via XLM, but you wouldn't even know that it's XLM that's being used to send the USDC. That's the interesting part about it.
That goes back to what I said in the beginning.
You won't even know.
Imagine you said that you, like, if your grandchild or somebody came to you and asked you, how did you amass your wealth? And you say, I was the one who invested in the railways to move money around the world.
Yeah. USDC?
That's crazy.
What virtual railway?
Yeah, man. It's so mind blowing to me to be able to actually have that narrative and actually it be a real thing,
Yep.
I could see if it was a conspiracy and I was like a tin hat type person, and you know what I'm saying, but people still think we are, people that talk about crypto. But when articles come out about this, about Europe and Africa, different countries that are adopting this digital currency that we talk about literally every day on the channel.
Yeah.
And to just be able to invest in the technology is just, it's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah. I think I've told you guys this story, but well, my parents lived in Africa, and long story short, I was able to live there and work there. And when I had one of those aha moments about crypto is when I realized that in Africa, and as well as the countries that I've lived in before that are not first world, as they call it,
Right.
or are still developing, they're already using mobile payments, peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
They're already looking for those solutions that
They skip everything
that,
we went
that
through.
are going above banks, or going because they need to. They have no other way of transacting.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so the thing I always tell people who I'm trying to get interested in this stuff is like, if you know that there's something going on when, you know, the countries that don't have the money to spend on excess are trying to implement this technology because they see the value in it. They see the transformation that can happen from it. It's not someone who's, you know, made $1 billion and is now trying to push another product onto you.
Right.
It's coming from the bottom up, which is when you're like, oh, so there is actually something that's really brewing with this. Because if it was coming from the top down, you would know that there has to be something that they're pushing. There has to be a catch.
Exactly.
Yep.
Sounds too good
that's
to be
what
true. It probably
again,
is.
it makes me even more bullish on crypto long term when I even say that to myself or say that to you guys.
Yeah. 100%, man. I agree. Crypto is crazy, and to be alive in this time, I feel is a blessing for one. And you know, we're definitely seizing the opportunity, and hopefully you guys who are listening and or watching on YouTube really understand that you are very early in a place where you have a chance to really change the way society tells you have to be. There won't be no, you're poor because you're black, you're poor because you're white, you're poor because you're Asian. It's not going to matter. You know what I'm saying?
The field has been leveled.
The field has been leveled.
Everyone has the same access to the same information.
Exactly. It's just if you want it or not. That's
everything.
That's what
everything
it is.
we know and we've learned it has literally been from just being blessed enough to have the internet connection.
Yeah.
I think I made a tweet about it too.
You can go to Starbucks, you have free internet too.
All you need is access to the internet. I understand if you don't have access to the internet, but everybody watching this and everybody who's in the comments of all these videos and on Twitter, they have access to the internet.
Yep.
Realize that you have access to literally everything you need to change your life. And yeah, there are no secrets. There are no secrets. You just look for what you're trying to find out, basically.
I feel like we're all listening. Well, not all of us, but some of us are listening to narratives that are pulling us away from this opportunity, and it's unfortunate, but you know, it is reality. But moving on to some more positive stuff. LCX has broke all-time highs again, so you know we do have to talk about it.
Yeah, I love me some LCX.
LCX is sitting at 28 cents right now. What was it at before yesterday? Was it 20?
It dipped down to like 16, 18, 19, 20.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I've seen
it. Was out of nowhere too. I don't know if you guys were tracking on what it was.
Again. It was at 27.
It went all the way to 30, didn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it broke all-time highs again.
What was the news? What was the catalyst? Because again, like I
30. Yeah, you're right. It 13 hours ago.
The catalyst for
the initial breakout from 14 cents, it went all the way up to 22. That's when I noticed it. And I was
What's
like,
the
what
math?
The hell?
What's the math from 3 cents to 30 cents?
I mean, that's a 10x.
10x.
Right? I'm so early.
It's a 10x.
Well, let me get my calculator out, but I believe it's a 10x, John.
Now
that's what we got.
The catalyst, I feel like, is people are starting to realize really what LCX could do and what LCX really could be, right? So Crypto Ben, shout out to Crypto Ben _10, he tweeted out this, which is a website that we found market cap of in our Discord, where it tells you what the price is going to be of a certain crypto, given it's the market cap of another one. So LCX at Sushi Swap, which I believe is at,
I'll find it right now.
Is it 3 billion if I'm not mistaken? I think it's 3 billion.
Is it 1.4?
1.4
billion, yeah.
Okay, so at 1.4 billion,
little.
LCX will be $3.73,
which is nothing.
Which is literally nothing.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So
that's insane.
I think the catalyst of
I didn't realize how
LCX being the price
small it still is
that it is, or keep continuing to go up, is people are now starting to realize that
Tokenomics. I'm telling
LCX
you.
is really like, it could really just be chilling at $5 and it would be normal.
That's what I tweeted today. I'm like, it's gonna hit $2. It could easily hit $2 in the next couple months, and you wouldn't even
Easily.
It'll be
Oh my
so
goodness.
fast you wouldn't even realize it. And then people that have been buying under like 20 cents have tens of thousands of these tokens.
I can't
Their
believe
lives are gonna
I never
change
realized
like
how small
that,
it was.
like that.
I
Now
never realized
saying-
how small the market cap was. That's it. Like that's crazy to me
And-
now that I'm realizing. that.
Yeah, and that's why it's still cheap, right? Even at
I might
all-time
buy some more.
highs, even at all-time highs, it's still great entry.
I might buy
And
some more.
I'm like, my prediction, yeah, my
I'm gonna
prediction.
buy some more.
LCX gives me KuCoin vibes. KuCoin is what, $14?
Yep.
What's the market cap of KuCoin? It gives me
sheesh.
KuCoin vibes.
Let's
It's gonna
check that out
chill
right
between
now.
$10 to $15 during the bear market.
The narrative
KuCoin?
behind it too will make it
KCS?
just fly.
Yeah, KuCoin's at $17,
$17 and it's
but it has more tokens though.
still $1 billion. Less tokens, you mean? Right?
Yeah, that's what I say. It has less tokens, but that's what I'm saying. Like being.
Still $1 billion.
I'm thinking that LCX, because it has, I don't know, man. I love LCX, has a lot of things in its favor. Wait for the app to come out. Look at the projects that are listed on LCX.
Yeah. And it's already a
mean,
regulated
it's got some
exchange.
big-
It's on the
boys
World
involved,
Economic
dude.
Forum.
Yep.
It's got some big boys involved. That's
Like-
all that I'm looking at.
Yeah, and eventually, I think LCX can probably be 5 billion market cap.
Yeah, just chilling. And at a $5 billion
billion
market
market
cap, you're probably looking at a $15, $20, $30 LCX. You know?
You would just multiply
It's really not. And,
four
and if the
times
tokenomics
four.
are any better,
$16, $15.
Yeah. If the tokenomics are anything better than something like Link, just look at where Link is at.
Yeah.
If
go
Link
look
got to $53, I use that as kind of like how I gauge everything. So same
Right.
thing with the Lions block. LCX, I'm shocked. I was ignorant to
Yeah.
the fact that it was such a small market cap. I mean, that thing
Still a
can definitely
baby.
go to $5. It could go to double. I think it could go to 10.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it's that small of a market
It's
cap.
crazy,
I cannot
right?
believe I never knew that.
It's 196 million, right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
tiny.
And that's what I'm saying.
Look at the
I feel
watch
like-
list, 18,000.
I feel like the catalyst of why it's pumping is because people are starting to realize, people are starting to wake up. Like,
You said
this
look
is
at
freaking crazy.
which one?
Chainlink.
Like Chainlink is also $1 billion. So the
It'd be $26
yeah.
at
like,
Chainlink's market cap.
I mean, it's. I'm just shocked
And
that,
Chainlink
because
has
it's also
14
not
billion.
on any exchanges to LCX.
It's
really
not,
not
yeah.
on enough exchanges. So the fact that it's already where it is at,
Mm-hmm. And Coinbase is
if it
supposed to be
can-
coming. Coinbase
if it
listing
goes
is
on
supposed to come.
Coinbase, if
It
it
was
does,
leaked.
like it's game over. Honestly,
Yeah, man. LCX is doing really,
That's
really
why
big
not
things.
financial advice.
Definitely
But
not.
even if it's all time high, like waiting for a dip is just not. It's not even fathomable if you understand the tokenomics and you understand that this thing's gonna go over $1, at least minimum over $1, $2. Why would you wait for it to go back down to 16 cents? What's the difference?
I mean, but if you've been in LCX, then dollar cost averaging in the LCX
Yeah.
is not bad. But if
Yeah.
No.
if you just get into LCX thinking that it's gonna hit, $10, $15, this bull run,
You gotta hold. You gotta prepare to hold.
You gotta be prepared to hold. That's
Yeah.
the reality.
A lot of people could take profits right now if they because I originally bought at 3. A lot of people did. A lot of people bought at 2 cents. There's people in the Discord that bought at 2 cents, 1 cent. So people
Yeah.
bought at 10 cents.
I mean, yeah.
Still a 2x if you bought at 10 cents.
if you want to swing trade it,
Right?
you can. But I
10,
mean,
20, 30, yeah.
why? I mean, it's sitting at what? Not even $1 billion.
Yeah, and shout out to Bobby. He tweeted today. He's like, I'm scared to sell my LCX. And everyone's like, don't do it. Why would you do it? Because he bought in around the same time we all did when we talked about it originally.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Now another one we spoke about it yesterday, hitting 10,000, potentially could hit 10,000, is HAPI. Now, as you look at the chart right now, HAPI is down 3% on the day. Let me go ahead and refresh it, just double check and make sure that that's actually truthful.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's about down 3% on the day. But when we first found HAPI, it was like at $60.
Yeah, and
yeah.
give credit to where credit's due. It was Dante that told us. Some people were in our Discord were talking about HAPI. I was immediately, I don't like the logo. It kind of creeped me out.
Yeah.
Like, this thing's not legit. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then Dante was like off air. He was like, hey, you guys need to check it out. And he was explaining us a little bit about it. I was like, oh, all right, we looked into it. And remember, we got into it.
Got in at
Yeah,
I
I
got
like
in at
HAPI a lot.
$69.
Yeah.
And
Same, we
it's-
got it at the same time.
just based off of
Cool.
like, I mean, we showed tweets yesterday showing, you know, where potentially HAPI could go at $1 billion market cap.
Yeah.
And $1 billion market cap, just so you guys
3,000,
understand,
4,000.
is it's almost like if you're going to get into a crypto now, especially a low cap, you have to look at it in the sense of, can this potentially be $1 billion market cap token? That's what you got to look at.
50 million market cap, man. 50 million.
Yep. And they're going to be,
This is literally
burning. They're going to be burning 200,000.
And it's an Oracle. And I remember I randomly was researching oracles like I think like a month ago. And I sent you, but I'm like, oracles are powerful. They're gonna change the way we look at crypto, as well as, you know, other things in regards of like security and DeFi and everything like that.
Yeah.
But oracles are very, very what's gonna bring the real world and adopt it to crypto, and that's what these big corporations want. It's like a gateway for them to use their data in the real world and how to apply it on the blockchain. So,
what do you think about HAPI, Dante?
yeah, we want to have Dante speak about HAPI because he's the one that originally welcomed.
And I mean, I think it's been at least, I want to say 4 or 5 months. Maybe, when did I find this thing? In March, maybe, or February?
Yeah.
But
like 4 months ago.
the thing is, like, fundamentally, at the time when I found this, I was looking for, the things I was looking for were scarcity and utility. And literally, this is the most scarce project that I came across with unbelievable utility in terms of use case.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's the logo. But
it's the
people are
logo.
really sleeping on HAPI.
It's the logo for sure.
I realized that, which is why I made that video going very in depth into exactly what it does to try and show the legitimacy of the project itself and to get away from the actual logo. But the logo in itself to me makes sense because it's like, this is literally a piece of technology or like a protocol, a hidden gem that you have to do your due diligence in order to be able to
understand it,
reap the rewards of it, because you're not going to hold this thing without understanding it. And so immediately the logo kind of just funnels all of the people who are just trying to get in without any knowledge out. The only people who are in it right now are the ones who have conviction based on knowing that it's doing multiple things that no other protocol right now in cybersecurity and in crypto are doing. I mean, the use case is to help with DeFi hacks and secure funds as they're being transferred. And in the video that I made, and right now you can go and just Google how many millions of dollars are lost due to DeFi hacks that HAPI literally have put in their white papers and put in their Medium posts saying that their protocol would have saved this ecosystem from this hack. And the other thing is, it's working with Solana.
Yeah.
As soon as I found out I was working with Solana, I was like, this is a no-brainer. And since I started tracking HAPI, it's been partnering with XDC, I believe, or XFin. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
same thing. Yeah.
XFin, Polygon, Polkalocker, Daffy, which is another good project. So many different projects. Long story short, I think it's a sleeper. It's going to do very well, so I hold some.
Yeah,
man. And that's why you convinced us, and obviously we know we made jokes about it, not financial advice. And I tagged you this in tweet yesterday. I'm like, this is basically what HAPI does, right?
Yeah.
Literally, it's that easy. And the thing is, they've created such a scarce token. I don't know, like there's going like as if it's like Chainlink. If you look at Chainlink, it's 1,000 times more scarce than Chainlink with the same amount of utility. If it's going to be if it's going to be a DeFi industry standard, that means it has the same amount of utility as Chainlink, and it's 1,000 times more scarce. So you can put it like that. That's why, to me, it's like,
it's a no-brainer.
The risk reward. This is the highest risk reward play that I'm in currently. So other than maybe like time.
So without giving financial advice, because we're not financial advisors,
entertainment purposes.
If somebody was looking at this broadcast or listening to it and they haven't gotten to HAPI yet, and they see HAPI at $100, $103.50, should they just buy one, or do you recommend dollar cost averaging to get to, I don't know, what, 10, 15? What is your view for that?
Honestly, I think that, again, obviously not financial advice. For me, it's like, it's almost riskier not to have any. because it's like even just having one and it goes to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grand. Okay, you paid $100 and you got 6 grand back. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Exactly.
If you have enough cash on the side that you just don't know what to do with, and you're willing to, because the price action of this hasn't been good. Since I bought in, it has not been good. It went all the way down to like $30 and sat there for a very long time.
Very long time.
Very, very long time. And for the life of me, I did not get it, because it's there. The more partnerships that came out, the more use case that was added on to it. Once
It's still
it
not
actually
known.
starts getting utilized by exchanges and by ecosystems, that's when the price will go up. If you're willing to wait till then, it doesn't matter how much. It's just about having any.
Cool. I agree.
It's almost like that guy telling you, just buy a couple Bitcoin, just buy 1 or 2. Remember?
Yeah.
That guy.
Just, was it $1? He said, put $1 into
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
He
Put
said,
$1 into
buy
Bitcoin.
$1 worth of Bitcoin, $5, $1. I feel like HAPI is one of those, man. This is exactly what Dante said. It's just like, it almost seems too good to be true. When you look at the watch list, you're like, okay, there's less than 15,000 people on this list, less than 12,000 people on this list. There's more cryptocurrencies in existence than people that know about this, right? It sounds kind of funny. There's only a million of these, and they're burning them.
They're gonna burn 200,000.
The market cap has never passed 50 million, I don't think. It barely hit 50 million just like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It hasn't hit the 100 million club, hasn't hit the $500 million club, and hasn't hit the billion club of market cap.
Right. It's so interesting to me though, how there's no hype around it.
Yeah.
It just makes so much sense to me. You just understand so much about the crypto space when you realize like people are afraid because of the way it looks to advertise it, even though it's like, this is fundamentally one of the best projects I've come across.
Yeah.
And most unique.
Look at Wonderland Time, dude. The website will freak you the frick out, dude. You'll be like,
Build a clown?
Hell nah. I'm not putting my money into this.
And then you put it in, you're making money now,
Bro,
you're laughing.
Ever since I freaking invested in the time, I've been making consistent money every single month. I mean, not even month, every day. I don't want to say how much because I'll dox myself, but I've been making consistent gains, and you know what I'm saying? It's
a beautiful thing.
It's one of those things where it's like, if everybody else is saying, oh, it's a scam, it's a this, it's a that, you might want to go, and just kind of ape in the other way, not financial advice or anything, man, but that's just, my opinion. I don't know.
No, I have been skeptical on every single, I have not put any money into any memes or anything that looks super risky, but for you have to trust yourself, right? At the end of the day, you have to have a relationship with yourself where you trust yourself. So it's like when I came across Ohm, I was like, yo, I got to get in this stuff. And when people were calling it a scam, I was like,
you looked at this way while
this
everyone
makes me even more confident, because if you do the research into it, you realize that yes, it's very easy to call it a scam based on what the project looks like from the outside, and also it's unrealistic in everyone's reality up until today that we can earn 65,000% APY. But that was like what I was trying to explain on videos too, is like, that's what we want from DeFi. That's what we want from crypto, is we want to be able to create protocols that completely defy what we honestly thought was possible. Why aren't we able to make 65,000? Who's telling you can't? What's realistic and what's unrealistic?
Right.
That's something that you are creating in your own head based on what we have been told for a very long time.
Very long time. That's not how money works. It doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah.
When literally money is paper, which is kind of crazy. But we started to implement on our channel, Dante, kind of like a motivational tweet, because, we did used to go over the tweets of the day, but we felt that, we need some motivation
towards the end
of the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And kind of give some shed some light on the crypto space, because there's a lot of negativity towards it. So John found this tweet from William Clemente. Sorry,
yeah.
Clementine.
San Clemente. Yeah.
Sorry.
Will Clemente.
Will Clemente. Sorry, I apologize. He said, I have learned more from podcasts, Twitter, and YouTube in the last year than all of my college classes combined. Oh, and it was all free. Mm-hmm. So the thing about this, man, whether we're talking about life, whether we're talking about crypto, whether we're talking about social media, a lot of people learn from social media now. You know what I'm saying? You can go on TikTok and learn about, you know, a new way to make macaroni and cheese. You've been making it the wrong way this whole time.
Yeah, how the AC works in the car and stuff like that.
You
Changing
learn
a tire.
so much stuff. And I feel like tying this into the crypto space is like, me personally, I can't speak for you guys. I'll let you guys give your understanding of what this means to you. But for me in crypto, what it taught me was it leveled the playing field. There's no black, there's no white, there's no color, there's no race, there's none of that. There's no person putting their foot on your neck telling you you can't be exactly who you want to be. You can't make the amount of money that you want to make. And this tweet right here basically embodies that. I mean, am I wrong here?
You don't have to go into debt for information.
No, you're not wrong.
Right?
I think that's, yeah. John, you want to go first?
No, you go. I won't.
Long story short, like, again, there's two communities that I found in my experience from YouTube as well that are in the crypto space. There's the people who genuinely have bought into the idea that this is going to be the future and that there's many social, economic, and political implications that are implications that, we want to work through to have a better representation of person for person, individual, right? Like power to the person rather than the system that's governing them, or whatever you want to call it. There's that side. And then there's the people who simply just want to make money off of this stuff and could care less about anything else.
Exactly.
And I guess the balance that I had to I'm constantly playing, and I think everybody is playing, at least people who genuinely believe in both sides, where yes, we're going to make the generational wealth from it, but also there are all these implications that are much bigger than just generating wealth. Where's the balance in, like, are we going to teach people, or are we just going to give them what is going to make them money? And like, that's like a big, in my opinion, like that's what was severely lacking in crypto in general, was there's nobody really trying to, push the perspective of, yes, we can all get rich off of this, but also there's a lot more to this that you personally, just you in your, basement or wherever the hell you are, can make a big impact on how this stuff moves forward just based on you paying attention and supporting it. So it's like, and not letting FUD, etc., get to you and make you think that this isn't going to transform so many aspects of our lives, because when it does, it's going to suck that you were over here just wanting to get rich, and make a couple $1,000 or make a couple $100 here and there, when you could have, one, changed your life, and also, been a part of this new era, honestly, in my opinion. And that's where I don't even say that a lot on my channel, but because like, I feel like I'm going to scare people by saying stuff like that, where I really do believe, like, wholeheartedly, like, this stuff's not going away. I'm all for making a lot of money from crypto, but that's not what I make videos for. That's not what drives me. That's not why I make videos. I may like, and I think these guys can say the same, or John and Mike, you guys can say the same. It's like, you're just passionate about this stuff, and and like also content creation, blah, blah, blah. But there's so many different directions you can go with crypto. I mean, just look at Klima DAO, for example. It's doing some incredible stuff. And so I'm very excited, and hopefully everyone who listens to this and as your channel grows, etc., and the podcast grows, there's genuinely people who had no idea about crypto that find your videos, that find your podcast, that are converted, they drink the Kool-Aid, because that's that's my mission, is get as many people to drink the Kool-Aid so that we all have a say in what we want out of this stuff.
But more so to your point about drinking the Kool-Aid, and I'll let John speak, is we're trying to teach people the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, can you make money in meme coins? Yes, you can. There's no doubt about it. You can do it. You could turn $100 into 10,000. You could turn 100 into 5,000. Whatever you want to do in crypto, you have the opportunity to do it. But on our channel, the reason why we speak the way we do is because we're passionate about it. We've been burned in the past. We've said it. We've got rugged before. And our goal is to help you not let that happen. You don't have to go through that growing pain. Let us give you the understanding so you could take that knowledge and then translate it into your own life and see if that works for you. We're not telling you go ahead and invest in a HAPI, go ahead and invest in an LCX. We're going to show you, hey, this is where it is. This is what it's doing, blah, blah, blah. If you want to get into it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? HAPI, when it's sitting at $5,000, you can't sit here and say you didn't know anything about it. You didn't have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? All the information is free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just about taking action at the end of the day.
At the end of the day. But John, what do you think, man? What do you think people have really learned from podcasts and Twitter and YouTube, basically combined for free? Do you think it's beneficial, or do you think the college system is probably the way to go if you want to learn anything about that?
I've always felt like that the information that you can attain outside of college is much easier to grasp than being stuck inside of a classroom and having someone read or make you read and present it to yourself. You just feel like it's a curriculum, you know. It's like a standard. And the teachers that I always loved were the teachers that made you think outside the box, that made you question things. Because that's how you really grow, is when you question why is something the way it is.
Right.
And when it comes to you educating yourself, what are you educating? You're educating something that you're questioning. You want, or you're passionate about learning. So like that's why I feel like it's like being in a job and having an income labeled under you. You're strapped by that person telling you, hey, this is how much you're gonna make, and we'll give you this percentage of increase every year, whatever. When you're your own boss, it's infinitely scalable. So your knowledge, I apply that to knowledge. Like if you're in school, it's like you got to keep paying to get more knowledge. When you're on your own, there's no limit to how much you can learn.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no limit. There's nothing stopping you from what you want to learn, and you know how fast you want to learn it. It's the ball's in your court. Yeah, it's
the
the
power
ball's
of
in
the
your court.
internet.
That's
That's like, I guess like that's the most shocking thing. And I've always had this, and I tell everybody in my real life like this all the time, is like, I just graduated college, and I was very grateful for the fact that I got to go and all that.
Yeah.
But I think college was a waste of time. Like waste of time in the sense that if we're talking about what college is supposed to do, it's supposed to, supposedly you're supposed to get an education that allows you to live the life you want to live.
Which it doesn't.
But really the learning aspect of college came all outside of the classroom, which is why it's
your people you
the life experience from college is what I got out of it, not the education. In the last year, I've learned more about the field that we are in now, which is crypto, than I had in 5, 6, 7, 8 years of going to school, like with all of it combined. And it's insane what you have no idea how much you can actually digest and understand, and the pace that you can, until you go out and just like all of a sudden you're interested in crypto, and then what do you know, 3 months later you know more than 99% of the people who are in crypto, and you're able to help other people. Like that doesn't make sense on the outside, because it's like, wait, but this guy doesn't have a degree and that guy does.
Yeah,
that person turned his homework in at 12 p.m. every time.
Yeah,
that's all it was. If you could turn your homework in on time, and you know how efficient you were able to do the homework. I'm like, what?
You're trying to get grades. You're not trying to learn. The focus is never learning. It's about achieving a number and getting a grade and getting a score and being able to put that on. I mean, to me, GPA is like, I just think
it's memorization.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's how we're kind of benchmarked against each other, because you can, most people who have a shitty GPA are some of the brightest people.
Yes.
And those are the ones that are demonized the most.
Because it's about obedience. How well can you sit in class, stay quiet, and just write things down and memorize? That's all it is.
Yeah.
The people who memorize the best, and they'd always, if you always question what the teacher was saying, you would always get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense. And then like, no, don't speak out of turn now. Whoa, this is what the book says.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or
though.
you question it. You're like, no, I would have, like, you know what I mean?
Those people are the brightest people, because they don't think like everyone else does. While everyone is going, man, over here, they're going, well, what the heck? You guys know there's another path over here, right? No, dog, don't do that. Don't do that. Just go everybody else. You're going to be safe. Everybody's together. You're good. You go over there, nobody knows what's going to happen. And you're like, man, let me just dip my toes in this water real quick. Boop. And then you find the water is nice. You're like, dude, what have I been doing this whole? You feel like your life is a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's why, like, crypto for me is why it's going to be so big, is because it's playing into the kind of awakening that most people are having, especially in my opinion, like COVID allowed a lot of people, like there's like two groups of people when COVID happened. And if you are in that, for most people in the United States, and I'm not talking for everybody, they were privileged enough to just be able to sit in their house and not do anything and be okay. And
True.
For those people who were privileged enough, myself included, it was about what was the intent, what are you going to get out of this time that you know you have to spend? Are you going to feel like a victim of life, or are you going to make the most out of the time you've been given in order to now transform yourself to fit the new paradigm? Because in my opinion, the new paradigm is that we're going to level all the playing fields in every aspect. And that includes with school and what it takes to get these jobs that everyone wants. It's not going to be about going into debt and having to pay that off for the rest of your life. It's going to be about, oh, I can actually just do this. I can prove it to you on the spot that I'm able to do this. And I'm also a good person that's easy to work with. That's all that'll be needed. And Google's already doing it. Piece of paper doesn't matter anymore. Doing it. They're all doing it because they want to be ahead of the curve because it's obvious that, look, I didn't need to go to college. You didn't need to go to college to make a living off of YouTube or make a living in crypto. We're examples of it.
But the crazy part is we all did. We all jumped the Kool-Aid.
But we all did because it's what you're supposed to do, right?
Exactly.
I can't even get there you go.
And that's really what I love about crypto, man. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Crypto is leveling the playing field, and it doesn't give you that scapegoat that the man's foot is on your neck. Yeah. And the reason I keep bringing that up is because, this in the Black community in particular, that's a lot. That's what you hear a lot. You know what I'm saying? We can't get certain jobs because we're this color. We can't get certain jobs because of our hair. We can't get certain jobs because of this. And I feel like crypto is freeing us from that if you allow for it to. There's a such thing as the Black Bitcoin millionaires. I think it's a group, and all they do is invest in the Bitcoin. They were early investors in the Bitcoin, and nobody knows who they are. They just assume that they're drug dealers. They assume that they made their money, illegally. They don't know anything about crypto, and I just feel like crypto is just a way for us to finally break free from that narrative, that negative mindset of everyone is out to get you. It's
only you are out to get you, and the opportunity is everywhere. In crypto, exactly. Like that's the other thing. It's like when someone feels like they missed out, it's like there's going to be so many other opportunities just as good as the one that you just missed. So there's no reason to be upset or feel the FOMO. Like I lost the feeling of FOMO because I realized if you go back and think about a time where you had FOMO, whatever you did to FOMO, if you ended up buying the top or whatever it is, you realize that if you had just waited, there was an opportunity that was just as good, if not better, that you missed out on because you FOMO'd into the opportunity right before that. And you have to believe that there's always going to be opportunities for you because there will be. If you believe that, there will be. And in crypto, there's no better place to be because there's always opportunity. Like honestly, and this is just only example I have is my own. The most money I've made in crypto has happened in the last 3 weeks off of something that 3 weeks ago I had no idea existed. And it came out of nowhere. I'm talking about time and Klima. Those are some of the best investments I've made, quote unquote, in crypto that I've made that 3 weeks ago I was not even aware of, or 4 weeks ago I was not even aware of.
For one, but 4 weeks ago it wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's also the truth.
Yeah, that wasn't around.
It's an opportunity that arose.
Exactly.
At
That's
that
also
time.
fair point.
You know what I mean? So, guys, honestly, we're really here just trying to bring as much value as possible. We are predominantly a crypto channel, but we do understand that these are life lessons that we do have to talk about. Like we say it all the time. Me and John say it on our show. We're having the tough conversations that a lot of people aren't having.
This is a hype beast around on everywhere. It's not a hype beast.
We're not hype beasting. You know what I mean?
The next coin you want to buy is this one. Like we're actually talking about
real things
and cryptos that are actually here to do some damage and change the way you think about crypto space in general.
Exactly. And that's the goal, really, on our channel. Baby. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys found some value. Really do hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed Dante. If you guys don't know who he is, you're probably sleeping under a rock. He's almost at 10,000 subscribers. So, congratulations on that, Dante.
Thank you, bro.
But if you guys want to learn more about Dante and his content, we definitely always have the links down in the description down below. You can check him out there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Adios.
Peace.